The Cleveland Cavaliers are unrecognizable now. You probably think you already understand the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron's team, a franchise tied to one championship, always chasing his legacy. That version of the Cavs is outdated. What happened over the last 3 seasons tells a completely different story, one built on collapse, reinvention, and a trade that nobody saw coming. For nearly 2 decades, Cleveland basketball was LeBron basketball. Every win, every loss, and every expectation ran through one player. The system, the spotlight, and the identity all centered on number 23. When he wasn't there, the franchise didn't just struggle, it collapsed completely. In 2010, LeBron left for South Beach, and Cleveland finished 19-63. Then in 2018, he left again for LA, and somehow it was the exact same outcome, another 1963 season. Not close, not similar, the exact same collapse, like history just hit replay. After a while, it stopped looking like coincidence. It was a pattern impossible to ignore. Even winning with him came at a cost. The 2016 championship, down 3-1 against a 73-win Warriors team, then the block, the chase down, the shot, should have launched the franchise into a new chapter. Instead, it set an expectation impossible to live up to. Anything short of a title became failure, no matter how good the team actually was. Every rebuild that followed chased the same unanswerable question: can this guy be the next LeBron? Every single time, the answer came back the same: no. Then September 2022 shifted the direction completely. Cleveland traded for Donovan Mitchell, a 3-time All-Star with real playoff experience. He signed the extension, he embraced the city, and the energy around the team changed almost immediately. A core 4 locked in: Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, and Garland, young, talented, and growing together. For the first time in years, Cleveland had an identity not built around one superstar. Then the playoffs hit, and things got uncomfortable again. 2024 brought a second-round exit. The 2024-25 season looked even more promising. They stacked up 64 wins, opened the year 15-0, grabbed Coach of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, and still got knocked out in the second round. But this time it felt heavier. Indiana had them down 41 at halftime in a must-win game at home. That's not just getting outplayed, that's the entire building losing belief before the third quarter even starts. The same questions came rushing back. Maybe this core already hit its ceiling. Maybe this is just who Cleveland is, dangerous from October through April, then gone when it actually matters. What changed next wasn't a blockbuster superstar trade. When Cleveland hired Kenny Atkinson in the summer of 2024, the reaction was minimal. No big headlines, no dramatic response. He was known as a solid, respected coach, someone who developed players and built structure. But what he brought to Cleveland wasn't just stability, it was a complete reset in how this team approached basketball. Under the previous system, their offense ranked 17th in the league, right in that uncomfortable middle. Not bad enough to fully rebuild, not good enough to seriously compete. Evan Mobley, a player with undeniable potential, often looked hesitant, overthinking every move on offense, playing too safe. Atkinson didn't ease into it. He changed everything immediately. The offense shifted toward constant movement, quicker decisions, and a system built on trust instead of hesitation. Mobley was pushed to take threes regularly, not just when it felt comfortable. The message was direct: be aggressive, stop holding back, play like the star people believe you can be. And then finally, it clicked. His three-point attempts nearly doubled. His scoring went up. But more than the numbers, his confidence visibly transformed on the floor. What used to be a middle-of-the-pack offense, ranked 17th in the league, suddenly turned into the best offense in basketball, first in the league. That's not a small improvement or a lucky stretch. That's a complete identity shift.
Jarrett Allen stopped being just a rim runner and became a genuine offensive weapon, punishing defenses in pick-and-roll situations with consistency. They opened the 2024-25 season with 15 straight wins, becoming only the fourth team in NBA history to start that strong. They finished 64-18 with 3 All-Stars. Atkinson won Coach of the Year. Mobley secured Defensive Player of the Year. Then the playoffs arrived, and Indiana ended it all again. The front office recognized the problem clearly. This wasn't about adding more talent or complicating the scheme. What they needed was experience in chaos, a player who understands playoff basketball, when possessions slow down and nothing comes easy. Cleveland entered the 2025-26 season with zero patience. By late January, they sat at 24-20. Evan Mobley went down with a calf strain. Garland kept battling toe issues, moving in and out of the lineup. There was no rhythm. That high-powered offense suddenly looked average. Possessions slowed, shots stopped falling, and the timing that defined them disappeared entirely. The front office faced a clear decision: stay patient and trust the core, or make the kind of move that shifts everything overnight. Cleveland didn't hesitate. February 3, 2026, just 2 days before the trade deadline, they moved Darius Garland, a 2-time All-Star, drafted and developed by the franchise, a fan favorite, to the Clippers. In return, Cleveland received James Harden, and the reaction was immediate. Harden is 36. He's played for 5 teams: Oklahoma City, Houston, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, and the Clippers. Every stop carried its own complicated story. The label around him was already set in stone. When the pressure rises, Harden disappears. The move got judged instantly. Not bold, not calculated, desperate. What those reactions missed entirely was the version of Harden that Cleveland was actually getting. He was putting up 24.5 points per game, his highest in 6 years. The playmaking remained sharp. The step back still created space at will. This wasn't a farewell version of Harden. This was a focused, motivated player stepping into a situation that fit his game. His debut came in Sacramento, 23 points, with 17 of them coming in the fourth quarter alone. When the game tightened, he didn't disappear, he took control. 3 days later, against Denver, down 11 in the fourth quarter facing Nikola Jokic, Harden stepped back and hit a 3 with 32 seconds left to tie the game. Mitchell calmly knocked down free throws with 0.9 seconds remaining. Cavs win 119-117. That makes 7 straight wins after the trade. With Harden on the floor, the offense jumped to a 143 rating. That's not just efficient, that's overwhelming. And the impact didn't stop at the star level. Jarrett Allen averaged over 20 points during the win streak, including 29 points in Harden's debut against Sacramento. Sam Merrill dropped 32 points in Harden's home debut and tied an NBA record with 7 straight threes in the first half without missing. Jalen Tyson recorded 39 points against Philadelphia. Craig Porter stepped into expanded minutes and delivered consistently. Donovan Mitchell responded with the best basketball of his career. He's averaging 28.5 points per game, the highest of his career, and leading the league with over 193 made threes. He's recorded a steal in 23 straight games and scored 30 or more points 28 times this season. The Mitchell-Harden connection creates a problem defenses have no clean answer to. Crowd Mitchell and Harden picks defenses apart, shift towards Harden, and Mitchell attacks the open space instantly. Cleveland now sits at 39-24, fourth in the East, and they've won 10 of their last 11 games. Detroit leads the conference at 45-15, but Cleveland is building momentum at exactly the right time. Evan Mobley, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, is still returning from injury, still adjusting to sharing the floor with Harden. The Mitchell-Harden connection has fewer than 10 games together. Rotations are still being figured out, and they already looked this dangerous before everything fully clicks. This is not the same Cavaliers team people remember. That version collapsed to 19-63 the moment its star left. That version waited, hoping for another rescue. This version walked away from that script completely. No waiting, no hoping, no relying on one storyline to carry everything forward. The The team nobody took seriously is quickly becoming the team nobody wants to face.